All right. First thing first, we're looking at Bitcoin, which is perfectly respecting this trading range because below 57,500, we were supposed to hit 52,800. And then immediately after we hit that price, we went all the way back to the top of the range yet again. So this is being very technically sound. And if you are trading these ranges, you can make a lot of money as we're ping-ponging around within this range. And any one of these levels could be a risk level. You're either shorting from resistance or going long from support, and just continue to work the range. And Bitcoin is a very good indication of risk on or risk off sentiment. So if we can get all the way back above these highs, get back above all of these moving averages off of this bottom, it could look like a giant double bottom breakout, which could be a risk on indicator for the entire market as well. So watch Bitcoin very closely. Right now, it's all about 57,500. If we can finish the day above it and continue to push to the top of the next range, that will be above 61,600. If we get rejected here, this is a good place to lock profits, so watch it closely. If you got the entry near the bottom, I would at least take some partial profits and then look to see if we can continue higher. And it's very easy to manage this trade around this risk level. If we look at SPY, we were up 1.12% today, and we're holding this very critical support zone, which was also a gap fill, which was right at 545. And we do have one more gap before we can say all of these gaps are filled, and that is down here below 536, right around 535. And we do have that bear body candle from last Friday, so this could be a lower high bounce before we continue lower, and that would take us down to fill that gap right around 535. But my rule with bear body candles is wait for price to break the low and then get risk off, because it's also possible we could be starting to make higher lows and higher highs to push back up towards the breakdown, which was the risk off breakdown at 556. So if we get that higher low, higher high, that is instantly bullish. While we are above 544, you could stay bullish as well. Or if you are shorting the market, stay short while we're either below 556 or the high of this bear body candle right around 551.8. There's lots of ways to play this, and with the volatility, you could be making money in both directions, or at least pick a direction and be consistent. This isn't one of those markets that's strongly trending in either direction, so whether you're going short or long, you could still be profitable as long as you have a very good plan and you're managing risk around these levels. So it's up to you if you think it's worth getting risk on or not. I think this could be a very bullish week. We do have CPI and PPI data, and the market is moving on from the inflation narratives, and it's now more focused on a growth scare narrative. So it's going to be interesting to see how the market reacts to those data drops. So those data drops will be on Wednesday and Thursday. It should be interesting at the very least for at least getting high volume trading. And keep in mind, if we do break below that bear body, that will be a very bearish look, and that would easily take us down to at least fill that gap at 535. So very clear risk levels, plenty of volatility to trade it. Make sure you have a plan and let the price do all the talking. On the NASDAQ 100 triple Qs, we were up 1.29% today. And again, Friday also has that bear body candle, which means we need to hold above the bottom of that candle at 448 to stay bullish. If we break down below 448, that will look like a bear breakdown, but we do have a very strong support zone right here at 446. So that's going to be the last level of support for the bulls before it looks like we're going into some nasty bear trend, which, as I said before, it's very easy to understand the bearish scenario of the lower high, and then we just continue going down into the election. I don't think anybody has trouble understanding the bear scenario. What is going to be more challenging for people is if this is going to be a higher low and we get a bull scenario. I do believe this is going to hurt the majority if this happens, because it is getting harder and harder to find bulls out there as people are starting to panic and starting to buy into brand new narratives that we're going to a recession and a growth scare yet again. So if you're letting price do all the talking, you're waiting for that breakdown below 448 to 446 to continue shorting, or if you're going long, that's where you're getting risk off. And if we can hold above that, there's no reason to believe we can't bounce back up towards 468 to 473. And then very quickly, let's look at the VIX, because we did reach the top of that Bollinger Band and the VIX was above 20, which is a very volatile market. Today is one of the first days we've closed down below 20 since we've had the very volatile spike. So if this trend continues and the VIX does continue to crush, the next level we're going to want to see it break down below is 18. And that should be enough VIX crush to get a pretty powerful bull trend, or at least a counter trend rally within a downtrend. So watch the VIX and Bitcoin. I think both are good indicators here. If the VIX continues to crush, that's going to be bullish. If the VIX spikes, that's going to be bearish, but pair it with the break of those critical support zones. So jumping back over the S&P 500, watch this support right here. Keep in mind, we do have that bear body candle from Friday. So if we bounce to a lower high and break down, that is going to be more risk off sentiment, and that is going to confirm another downtrend that we could continue to go lower. So manage your risk. If we continue to break down in a downtrend, it's getting very risky to be long. And if we continue higher from here, do not be surprised if the bull scenario is still alive and well, because all you need to do is go to SPY and flip it to a weekly chart and see that it's currently sitting at support and trying to bounce off of it. Don't rule that out completely. Weekly charts are very powerful, and we could have a higher low before we continue higher within a bull market. If you want access to all of my intraday updates, my technical analysis, and my trade ideas, that's in my Discord server, and you can find out how to join the Stock Channel Discord server by clicking on the link in the description of this video. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you're crushing this market, and as always, I will see you in the next episode.